Hi and welcome back to Microsoft Word training here at Heartbeat Christian Academy, and we are already at lesson number 15, and today we're going to be talking about text boxes and WordArt. If you need to contact us and you maybe want a manual, there's the contact details, and then also there's the banking details. As always, if you want to support us, you are welcome to do that. I'm so excited about this section of the work because we are learning things here that we can actually become very artistic with. If you are artistically inclined and you are an artist or you like to really design your documents nicely, this section is going to be for you. In this manual that we're covering, we are covering a few of the basics, and as I say, I think it's just a starter for you to drill down into all the nuts and the bolts if you really want to become a power user. And currently in the manual you can see we are dealing with text boxes and word art, and this is page 42 already, and now we're going to start off with the text boxes. This is also going to be slightly longer than some of the previous ones, so I want to get into it straight away. And let's go to display number 2. And what I do is then I open up my Word document by double clicking the Word icon, and voila, there we've got a Word file on the screen. And I'll just open it up a bit more for you, and we're going to alternate between the manual and between the second screen so that we can actually follow along and do what we are supposed to do. The first section that we have to cover is text boxes. So where do we find text boxes in Word? So let's go to display 2 and let's go to insert. Again, you want to insert something. On top of the ribbon there's icons there, and you click on insert, and you will notice then a lot of the things that you can insert into your document is here, of which one is here under the text section of the ribbon. You will find a thing called text boxes, and once you click on that, it will open a few quick options for you of actually just dropping a text box in there that's already designed for you. And obviously you can go custom this and change it as you want to, but let me just show you. If you just, for instance, take the side one, and you click, there's your text box on the side, and you can now start typing over the text here, and you can start using the formatting options and all of that you use. But to delete that, I just select it and I delete just to get rid of it, because we want to actually go and draw our own text box. So we go to insert, we go to text boxes, we go down here to the bottom where it says draw the text box. There's more text boxes from office.com. In order to utilize that, you have to be online and you have to have a legal office license. Then you can go and have a look and see what more options there are. But exactly like we did with the shapes, as soon as we've selected drawing a text box, we've armed the cursor with a little arrow, which means once we click our left click and we hold it in, we are starting to draw our text box. So we need to decide where exactly in our document we want this text box, if we want it there, in the middle, or on the side, and then we start drawing the text block. But let me just do that so that you can see, and there we have a text block, a basically plain text block that we drew ourselves. So that covers the first section where it says insert, and you will notice there it says insert the text box. And then as we go over from page 42 to page 43, it's now talking about resizing the text box, and also changing the text box shape, and then changing the text box styles, shape, filling it, and using outline, different color outlines, different thickness of outlines. And then also, as we did with the previous lecture, with the shapes, we can also use shadow effects, 3D effects, we can use the rotation effects and the bevel effects. So that's covered in the manual. You can read that through the manual, but let me show you practically how to do that so that you can action it. So let me first start by typing some text. Hi, my name is Richard. So I've got this in the text box, so you can see it is a text box. And inside the text box, I can obviously highlight the text, and I can go to my standard text features by bolding, by making it bigger. I can change the text color here. If I wanted to change it to red, I could do that. So I can do everything that I could normally do, but under the format tab, I've actually got the options to format the text box itself. As we saw here, we can actually change the shape by just grabbing onto the different points where we have access, and then also we can rotate it if we wanted to rotate it. What we are required to do in this curriculum is we need to edit the shape. So if for instance we go to this edit shape feature on top there and we click, we can actually change it to an exact shape. Say for instance we wanted this to be a specific shape with the text inside the shape. Maybe it's a nice love letter that I'm sending, so I'll make it a heart, and that is then changing the shape, and the text is inside the shape. And then I can now go and I can also do some other formatting features here. I can change the text outline, maybe change the text outline, change the text fill, the color of the text inside, and I can also on this side control the formatting of my shape. So I can actually now here, I've got this text box that's a shape now. I'm making it yellow. I'm making the outline a bit thicker, and I'm also changing the outline color to say red, and that is just some of the features that I can do. And then what we also need to be able to sort of look at is the different shape effects, and we did look at that in the previous lecture, but all of them, the glowing, the reflection, the soft edges, the bevel, the 3D rotation, all of it's available on the text box, on the shape. It's exactly the same features. Also sort of your styles here, if you got like quick styles and you just wanted to choose one of them, it's very quick to do, and that's pretty much how you handle a text box. Some other interesting aspects here is you can align your text to the middle of the box, or to the bottom of the text box, or to the top of it, and you can also here change the direction of the text. So if you wanted to change the text to 90 degrees, you could change the text. That doesn't look very good there. You can center it, you can change the direction, or just use it horizontal as you would normally use that in the text box. So let's just go back to the manual quickly and just make sure that we've covered what we were supposed to cover. Just want to check everything here. The shadow effect, we looked at that. The shape outline, the shape fill, we looked. The shape style, the preset styles that are in there, changing the shape, we've done that. So we actually on par here, and you can always go back and just go re-look at the video if you wanted to. If you've missed something or something's gone a bit too fast for you, there's the bevel effect that I spoke about. And then we're going to go over to WordArt. So basically that's text boxes, and obviously this is not a very professional text box. If I wanted to use text box, so I would normally go to text box, and I would actually use, personally I would use one of the standard ones, because they actually look very professional. And then like I say there, you can also fill that on the side there. You can also change the color of the text, you can change the fonts, you can change everything, and you can have this repeat on all your pages, which is a nice sidebar text. If you've got something specifically to say there, maybe in a proposal of sorts, you can do that. So there's a lot of things you can do, just like I showed you there. Let me just show it again. If you select it, you can delete it, and that's where you insert your text boxes. You can insert a side text box easily. You can change the color of the text box, or just use a style that you want. You can change the outline of the text, or the outline of the shape, even if you wanted to change the color of the outline and the thickness of the box on the outside. So everything is very, very customizable. You can do it as exactly like you want it. And like I say, these kind of things, you can design one and you can copy and paste them and repeat them on all your pages if you wanted to. If you need sort of the same message, it might be like a little slogan or something running in a text box on the side there. So that pretty much covers the aspect of text boxes, which I think is a very handy feature in Windows and in Microsoft Word, to be able to use text boxes, to be able to customize those text boxes and effectively use them in your documents. They will look very nice. And if you've followed on the course curriculum so far, you will actually have a lot of information on different things you can use, different features in Word that you can actually use now to just make some very nice looking emails, some very nice looking documents, proposals, quotes for customers, communications, even maybe a newsletter for your congregation, depending on why you're watching or why you're studying. You can actually go and apply what we learn here straight away. And as I say, this is just a broad view to give you the overview, and then you can really dive into it if you really aspire to become a power user, which I obviously suggest. Now we're going to be looking at WordArt, and WordArt is not a long section in the manual, and we're going to jump over to our second display just so that I can actually show you again. Everything that we've been doing so far is under the Insert tab. So once you've opened your document and you click on Insert, you will have all your insert options. You've got an insert shape. Coincidentally, it's also easy to add text to an existing shape. So even if you open a shape here, you arm it and you have that shape and you right click on it, you can add text. So effectively, you've just made the text box from a shape. So that's just a quick little hint there. So like I say, there's so many ways to approach this design of your document and the layout. The main thing that I say always is consistency, to be consistent in your design style. So you don't want one page looking like this and the next one like that. Yes, you will have some features on the different pages, but you want a consistent design, same color, same font, everything. And if you're an organization or a church, you want to try and stick to that. And you know, these days in business, people don't want all those little bells and whistles. It used to be that you just did everything that you could do, but now we would say less is more. But to find the style that you want, to find the colors that you want that complement your logo, complement your corporate image, and then to design at once and then to use the same template throughout your company. At some stage we'll be doing Microsoft Office, and we will be looking at the Outlook side of it, the mail client, and there we will also talk about stationery, designing your stationery and keeping your stationery standard, which is always a good thing, because then customers and whoever reviews your documents know exactly what to expect. They don't get something different. You will also notice when I'm doing my slides, for instance, here in PowerPoint, I'm doing the same slide all the time, not because I'm boring, but because this is what you need to be able to identify with. So you see our slide, you see the Academy's slides on there and what you're learning. Every time I've got the headings there of what you're going to be learning and how you have to apply this. So by the time you get to the point of where you have to actually do your assessment, you know exactly what you have to do. You've got no doubt in your mind, and it's burnt into your mind. So let's go into WordArt, and if you go into the Insert tab on the ribbon, you will find WordArt right there, and if you click on the icon, it will give you a straight drop down, which will actually give you some quick access to WordArt. And say for instance, I actually like that one. As soon as I've entered that, I've got some WordArt on my desktop, and I can now type over this. Okay, so there we've got my WordArt, and similar to any text, if I highlight the text, I can go to the Home tab and I can use my standard formatting options. I can go and I can increase my font to say 48 if I wanted to. I can take it back to 28. I can take the bold off. I can add the bold. I can use all the text formatting and the color options, everything from here. But under format, I've also got some additional options here where I actually I can change it with a live preview. Now the live preview is a nice feature in Word, and it works in most of the different features where you can actually have a look, what is this going to look like. So there, my name is Richard, and then I can use text fill, and again no fill, and I can have more fills, more full colors. I can have gradients if I wanted to. I can use text outline, and again there I can say no outline, and I can change the weight of the outline, making the outline thicker. Obviously, as far as the font size makes it sensible to do that, I can do that. And I can also then add text effects, and the same effects that I've had on my shapes, on my text boxes, I can actually have them here, where I have my reflections, I have my glow effects, I have my bevel effects, I have my 3D rotation effects where I can actually rotate them. I have to click on it to accept it, but that is what it looks like. And again, Control Z is undo, or just the undo button on top there. So that is the text effect, and I can transform the text to a certain path, so that the text actually runs in a certain path, and that is also for a specific design. Once I've got a block, I can actually make the text run a certain path. That's not part of the curriculum, but let's just have a look. We've looked at the quick access to the styles there, so we've got that going properly. Then we've looked at the we just need to look at converting regular text to WordArt, and that is fairly simple to do. And then we're at the end of the chapter, so it hasn't been that difficult. You need to insert a text box. You need to enter text into the text box. You need to move the text box to a desired location by just moving it, which is easy to do. Change the outline, change the full color, and then add some WordArt effects to text, which I think is fairly simple. We've actually done most of that. Yes, we've actually done all of that, to be honest. So there's not much more I can train you on that. If you want to go to display 2 again and just re-look at it, like I said, there is the text box. You can move your text arc to your desired location. And now say for instance that you want to convert normal text, which is part of our curriculum. So let's just move this one down here, and let's just give it some normal text. Hi, my name is Richard, and by now you know that. Say for instance I wanted to convert that to WordArt. I could select it like that, as I indicated. When it makes the little arrow, you can select the entire sentence, which just makes it easier, or you can do it the old way like that. It's up to you. You can go to insert and you can go to WordArt, and then you can go and select the WordArt that you want that to be, and once you've done it, bam, there it is, converted to WordArt straight away. So you can take your existing text that you've actually typed, and you can actually convert that to WordArt. So that's not difficult at all, and this is quite fun, I must say. For me personally, it's been fun. This section of the manual, I can say, is almost my favorite, because there's a lot of playing around with colors, a lot of playing around with all sorts of stuff. And I mean, I'm just scratching the surface for you. You now have to dig in, and especially, like I say, if you are currently designing documents, corporate documents, then you need to go look at your colors, and you need to start just thinking of how you're going to design these documents. And we've given you basically so far almost all the information that you need to be able to design your own letterheads, to design your own CVs, to design your own letters, I mean, even to design a booklet, if you look at the columns that we trained you and all of the other stuff that you've been trained in this course, you can basically do everything. It's just a question of playing around with it and getting used to the features. And as I said, if you need more information, then you just dive a bit deeper into the system. So that was lesson 15 already. And let's just have a look at the outcomes. This is what you need to do for your assessment. And I've said this before, but let's just go through it again quickly. Insert a text box, enter some text into the box that you can do. Move the text box to a desired location, change the outline of the box to different color. And I mean, you can also even change the thickness of that. Change the fill color of the text box and add some WordArt effects to standard text. And that is, once you can do that, you're ready for your assessment, and you can contact us if you want to do the assessment to earn the certificate. You can contact us so we can assess you on this lesson 15. And then next lesson is going to be very interesting because we are inserting clip art and we're going to start working with pictures. So I'm excited to train you in lesson 16, inserting clip art and pictures. God bless you. I'll see you in lesson 16.